14 total reps today, starting off with an AMRAP. So I'll see how many I can get. This is 170 pounds. Four is not bad. Does anyone else ever find that the overhead press is just kind of a scary movement, especially when you're trying to do it heavy? I mean, I love overhead presses, and I'm trying to get to 205 by August of this year. So, I enjoy doing it, but it is kind of scary. Like, I tend to black out the most doing overhead presses. My blood pressure just spikes. It's just using all these small muscles, your deltoids and your triceps. You're bouncing it overhead. Your core is all unstable. It's really punishing. Even a tiny little mistake will just throw the entire bar path off, and you just lose the rep, and a weight that usually is really easy suddenly just completely buries you. So anyways, I'm 4 down, 10 to go. Those are moving pretty well. I think the overhead press is a super underrated strength movement. Everyone will ask you what you bench press. No one asks you what you overhead press. And I think it's also super underrated for hypertrophy. People will always say, oh, it's not great for deltoid development, which is complete bogus. Usually I say, show me someone who can overhead press their body weight, and I'll show you someone who's got big shoulders. And then there's the argument of, oh, it doesn't hit your lateral deltoid, it's too much anterior deltoid. First, your anterior deltoid is not too big, I promise you that. Even if it is primarily anterior deltoid, you could still use the work. You ain't that guy, you're not that big. And second, it absolutely does recruit side deltoid, especially when you go really heavy. Worst thing that you need is a little bit of rear delt work and a little bit of lateral delt work, and then just get a super strong overhead press and your shoulders are gonna grow. All right, so that's it for the overhead presses. Hit my 14 reps. Now I'm on to wide grip pull-ups with 35 pounds, 25 reps total. Just break it up however I need to get to 25 reps. That's 10. Last thought that I have on the overhead presses. Imagine if we hear the same logic with the bench press. Oh, don't do bench press because you're only hitting the sternal fiber of the pecs, not the clavicular, you know? It's like not optimal. You need to do chest flies. Like you got to really max out your chest fly, and that's how you grow your pecs. It's a ridiculous concept. But suddenly that is the law with overhead presses. No, do lateral raises, do lateral delt work if you want to get big deltoids. Don't worry about the overhead press, it's bad for you. Impingement syndrome. Whatever, man. Go overhead press heavy, go bench heavy, do the supplementary work that you need. You'll get big, you'll get strong. All right, that's 25, probably. All right, up next, French presses with an easy bar. I like the overhead position. Puts more stretch on the long head of the tricep, which is the biggest head of the tricep, so you're not neglecting that as you would with other kinds of tricep work. And you can load these suckers heavy. I kind of treat arm training, even the isolation stuff, similar to how I treat the rest of my strength and hypertrophy program, and that is a focus on using heavy weights and progressively overloading. That's one thing that I like about the French presses, as I mentioned, is that I can load them heavy, and it's easy to just add 2.5 to 5 pounds at a time. This weird, I have to do really high reps and low weight in order to train the arms effectively, I don't really know where people get that from. It responds in the same way that other muscles do. So hit them hard, hit them with a full range of motion, and hit them with heavy weight. That's not to say that high rep work doesn't have a place in its program, but the steak and potato work, just like with your squats and your deadlifts and your benching and your press work, applies to the arms just as well. These are muscles that get stronger as you load them with more weight. All right, set 2. And that's the end of my workout. Real short, really brief. I'm in and out in 50 minutes. Overhead presses, pull-ups, tricep isolation, all done with high weight, lower on the reps, more focus on intensity and intent. I'm kind of enjoying this minimalist arc, if you will, that I'm going through. Just kind of trying to reduce my workload and increase my training sessions. So right now I'm training 7 days a week, and I can do that because my training sessions are short and effective. Again, not saying that this is for everyone or that this is the program, but I think a lot of people would benefit from trying something like this instead of the more common 10 to 12 exercise laundry list with 3 to 5 sets per exercise. Just pick the big rocks, pick high weight, and just go ham. You shouldn't be thinking about pacing yourself and your energy through your sessions. Just come in, throw yourself at it with 100% effort, whatever you can muster for that day. Take advantage of your rest times and get out. So yeah, don't let your training sessions become slogging marathons. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching.